Assalamu alaikum. My topic of presentation today is parotid gland. So, as you all must be aware about the fact that we have we have three main glands. We have the parotid gland, we have the submandibular gland, and we have the sublingual gland. Glands are of two types. You have serous gland and you have the mucus gland. That you must be, you must have come across in your histology practicals what is a serous and what is a mucus gland. As our parotid, it is a serous gland. Serous gland, we have the darkly stained serous acini. In the serous acini, the cells will be pyramidal in shape, and moreover you will be having the narrow lumen in between the cells. In the serous acini you have the narrow lumen. So your parotid gland, it is a largest serous salivary gland, or the facial nerve, which is called as the queen of the face, traverses via this parotid glands. As I have told you, we have three main salivary glands, three pairs of main salivary glands, that is the parotid gland, submandibular gland, and the sublingual gland. This is your parotid gland. This is your parotid gland. As you can see, it is pyramidal in shape. It is your parotid gland. So what are the features of the parotid gland? Para-otic means around air. This is your air, so it is somewhere around air. This is para-otic, around air. This is one of the largest salivary glands, and its weight is 15 grams. As you can see in the picture, this is your external acoustic meatus. This is your external acoustic meatus. It is present just below your external acoustic meatus. It is present just below your external acoustic meatus. तो anteriorly यहाँ पे इसको क्या होगा? यहाँ पे आपका mandible होगा. Anteriorly it will be having the mandible in front. और यहाँ से ये muscle, this is called as the sternocleidomastoid. This muscle is called as the sternocleidomastoid. Anteriorly it will be having the mandible here, and posteriorly it will be having the sternocleidomastoid. यहाँ पे एक मसल होती है, that is called as the masseter. This is your masseter muscle. This muscle is your masseter muscle. It overlaps the masseter. ये पूरी है ना, ये masseter इसके ऊपर है. It overlaps your masseter. So what are the things what we come across here? What are the features, general features? Your parotid gland is derived from the two words, that is para-otic. Para means around and otic means air. Then your parotid gland, it is pyramidal in shape. As you can see in the picture, this is pyramidal in shape, your parotid gland. It is present below the, यहाँ पे आपका होता है external acoustic meatus. It is present below the external acoustic meatus. Anteriorly यहाँ पे होगा mandible, and posteriorly you have the muscle called as the sternocleidomastoid. This is your masseter muscle. It lies over the masseter muscle. Sometimes what happens, anteriorly it can have the extension. Can you see this small part here? This is called as the accessory parotid gland. This small part is called as the accessory parotid gland. This is nothing but an extension which is often detached from this parotid gland. After that comes the capsules of the parotid gland. See, this is the capsule. This is the capsule of the parotid gland. This is the capsule of the parotid gland. This is your parotid gland. This is your parotid gland. So what will be the आपने पढ़ा होगा अब तक, deep cervical fascia. You have the superficial fascia, then you have the deep cervical fascia. Deep cervical fascia, that is the fascia of the neck, has 6 layers. One of the layer is the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. One of the layer is the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. जो neck का fascia होता है, that is called as the cervical fascia. This cervical fascia has 6 layers. One of the layers is investing layer of the deep cervical fascia, which forms the capsule of the parotid gland. Which forms the capsule of the parotid gland. ये है जी section of the mandible. ये है जी section of the यहाँ पे होगा ये mandible. ठीक है, यहाँ पे आपका होगा mandible. ठीक है। अब अगर हम देखेंगे तो क्या यहाँ पे कैसे आपका ये होगा ना, कैप्सूल ऑफ द पैरोटिड ग्लैंड, इट स्प्लिट्स हेयर, यहाँ पे ये स्प्लिट करेगा, एंगल ऑफ द मैंडिबल पे दिस विल स्प्लिट, your parotid capsule it will split near the angle of the mandible, ठीक है। the superficial layer will go anteriorly and will attach to the zygomatic arch. The superficial layer will go anteriorly and will attach to the zygomatic arch. Then it's deep lamina. This is the deep lamina. Deep lamina यहाँ से जाएगा ना पीछे से, ठीक है। इट विल अटैच टू द, यहाँ पे पीछे से एक प्रोसेस होता है दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द स्टाइलॉइड प्रोसेस, दिस प्रोसेस इज कॉल्ड एज द स्टाइलॉइड प्रोसेस, ठीक है। एंड it will here you will be having the angle of the border of the ramus of the mandible और angle उसको attach होगा, और यहाँ पे है tympanic plate इसको attach होगा. So your capsule of the parotid gland will be derived from the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia. It will be derived from the investing layer of the deep cervical fascia, and it will get split at the base of the mandible into two: superficial layer of the parotid gland and the deep layer of the parotid gland. Superficial layer of the parotid gland will go anteriorly and will attach to the zygomatic arch. It will attach to the zygomatic arch. And the deep layer of the parotid gland, it will attach to the styloid process. Then it will attach to the tympanic plate here. Fine. After that, you can have various your parotid fascia is very unyielding, so any parotid swelling can lead to excruciating pain here. You can have, can you see the cheek is swollen? This thing, it is an infectious disease called as the mumps. This is an infectious disease called as the mumps. It is called caused by a virus. So you can have various complications associated with this mumps. Patient can have orchitis, inflammation of the testes, or pancreatitis. After that comes the external features.